So, welcome back to my channel. I want to make a video today to encourage you about something I've had to encourage myself in, and that I've really been struggling with, and that is to remain faithful to God when your prayers are not being answered. Where do I start with that? I've had a lot of prayers answered for 2020, and it's crazy because with the lockdown and everything, you think that for a lot of people it could be a depressing time, it could be a hindrance or whatever, but I have been beyond, and I mean beyond, blessed during quarantine. One thing to keep me rooted in Christ and to see that God is moving in my life, every prayer that I have, I write it down, and I write down the date that it's answered. And I got that idea actually from the war room. You know what I mean? I used to just mentally keep a note of like, oh yeah, God did this for me in my life and did that for me in my life. But when I started writing it down and I could just like see it strengthened my faith so much. And it's not like little things that just anybody can pray for and boom, that happened. Like, no, these are like supernatural things happening in my life. Like, out of all the millions of people in the world, these things are happening for me and to me. And so I know that that's God moving in my life. But it's funny how even with all the things that he is doing for us, it'll be that one thing on my list. You know, that one thing on my list that I don't have a date for yet. You know what I mean? I have a date for all my other answered prayers, but this one thing that I'm asking for is just not being answered. And isn't it funny how we'll get upset with God, or we'll want to turn our back on God, or we'll want to question God's presence in our life when that one thing out of 100 things on our list are being answered, and they're actually being answered rapidly, quickly. But there's one area where, you know, he's stretching us, and he's calling us to be faithful, and he's calling us to be patient. And it's bittersweet because I feel like a brat where I'm just like complaining, like, you know what, God, I'm tired. You know, you're not hearing me. Why aren't you answering this one thing? But then at the same time, it's like the longer he doesn't answer, the more stronger I'm becoming, if that makes sense. It's like I'm focusing my energy in other places because it's like, you know, I have to surrender that area. I can't control it. You know what I mean? I think a lot of us, we want to be in control of every area of our life. And when it's one area that we can't control, that's when we become frustrated. But also, that's the very area that will test your faith. It'll either make or break you. And I feel like during this time, it is definitely making me, is definitely causing me to draw closer to God, because I don't have anything else to do. I can't control it. I can't take the situation into my own hands. All I can do is have faith. And I know that when this one prayer is answered, that I only can give God the glory. I can't even give the glory to myself. You know, sometimes we want to be prideful, and this is another thing he could be breaking me and others of pride, of being able to say, oh, I did this, or I put this together, or I orchestrated this. You know, sometimes we want to take the glory from who the glory belongs to. So, yeah, I also want you guys to know that a lot of times when we're going through something, we can feel isolated and feel like we're the only ones going through it, and you're not. It's just that a lot of people are not going to come forth and tell you that that's where they're going, what they're going through. A lot of people that you see every day that's smiling and happy, and you talk to them, they're like, oh yeah, everything's good, everything's going cool. Sometimes those are the people that are the most hurt. You know what I mean? They're trying to be strong for other people, and they don't want other people to see that side of them, you know? And I believe that we've all been that person, and we've all been on the other side of that as well. And yeah, you're not alone. It's just everybody's not going to come forth and tell you what they're going through. So You know, that's another thing. Isolation, thoughts of isolation, thoughts of, yeah, that's just you, and you're not valuable, you're not worthy, and God's not listening to you. Those are thoughts of the enemy. Those are not your thoughts. And how you know they're not your thoughts is because deep down inside, you know that God has told you something different, but these outside thoughts will start to creep in and start to make you doubt. But it's like deep down, you know that promise. It's like you know what God told you. So that's also another way to discern between, because I know that's a question a lot of people have. How do you discern the voices of God and the voices of the enemy? And whatever God is telling you, you will have peace about it. You will have peace about it. And when the enemy comes in, it's like confusion, it's doubt, it's lies. It makes you doubt your worth. It makes you feel like you're not worthy to receive whatever it is you're asking for. And that's definitely a sign that that's a spiritual attack, that's from the enemy. So, yeah, these are just a few things to think about. Whoever is going through something right now and you feel like it's just this one area God is not answering you in, I'm just asking you to be faithful. And whatever area that is, begin to prepare. Ask God what it is that he wants you to learn during this time, because there's a reason you're going through it. And usually whatever you're going through, it's crazy. It's like right after, it'll be someone else around you that needs that wisdom from you of, about what you're going through. It's like now they're going through the same thing, and now you have the wisdom and the insight and the strength to pour out onto them. It's crazy. It's like, God will use your suffering or your unanswered prayers to help other people. So it's just God is sovereign. Just basically how he connects and uses everything, how everything comes together. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. And yeah, that's just what I want to share. On this video. I think a lot of people need it now, especially because we're still on lockdown. So it could make you feel like things aren't moving how you want them to move, or this could have been a season of breakthrough. For me, it was definitely a season of breakthrough. But what I want to say and challenge you to do is to write the list. If you're a person that's struggling with your faith, or you feel like you have faith, but you want to grow it and you want to grow it quickly, I challenge you today to start writing down everything it is that you want. And God even cares about the small things. There's little things that I ask for that I feel like they were impossible, and they were so little, like it wasn't even worth a prayer, and they were answered. Start writing down what it is you're praying for. And I'm not talking, I guess to some people they would call this law of attraction or whatever, but write down your prayers and pray about it and release it and surrender it. And when those things are answered, write down the date next to it and keep it up on your wall somewhere where you can see it. Because like I said, when you hit that one prayer that's not being answered, but you have all the other reminders of the other things that have been answered, you get a rush of peace. You feel good and you trust, and it helps you endure, and it helps you wait and to be patient. So yeah, like I said, once you're done watching this video, start writing down some things that you want, and also ask God, okay, I'm asking you for these things. Make sure my heart is in the right place. Make sure what I'm asking you is not for my own selfish gain, but to glorify him, and ask him what it is that you should start doing to accomplish these things. And get quiet, get still, turn off the TV, turn off any noise, outside distractions, and you will hear the voice of God. You will get a peace. You will have a rush of ideas. I think, like I said in another video I have, I like to sit in the dark and just sit in silence. I just light a candle, just sit in silence. Don't say nothing. Sometimes it's like, don't even pray about nothing. Just sit there. And you will get ideas. This is guaranteed, and this will strengthen your faith. So I hope this video was helpful, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.